It's finally here. The rematch from last Saturday's game between the United States and Canada. Will Team USA continue to assert dominance, or will Team Canada redeem themselves? We have a lot to break down in today's episode of Locked On Devils, and you will also hear from Jack Hughes, Auston Matthews, and Connor McDavid. Buckle up, everybody.
You're Locked On Devils, your daily podcast on the New Jersey Devils, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hi, this is Bryce Salvador, and you're Locked On Devils with Trey Matthews.
Elliott scores! Oh, Steven stepped up, nailed him. Brodor's got the puck. What a shot. The Devils win the Stanley Cup.
Alrighty now, what is up, New Jersey? Welcome back to the Locked On Devils podcast here at the Locked On Network. I'm your host, college hockey play announcer, Devils Rider Pucks and Pitchforks, and also part-time credential media member, Trey Matthews. I've been saying it all week long, so you know the drill. Coming to you live from TD Garden, site of the Four Nations Face-Off Championship game. Team USA and Team Canada had more media availabilities in preparation for the big championship game, and I had the chance to speak with New Jersey Devils star Jack Hughes, Team USA captain Auston Matthews, and Team Canada alternate captain Connor McDavid. I know the past couple weeks I've been expressing my excitement for the tournament, but this championship game, I am ecstatic to see the end result. Will the United States establish itself against Canada as a country with the better hockey players? Will it be a gong show, tight-knit affair? Will there be 3 fights within the first 9 seconds again? Will the president be in attendance? We're just going to have to wait and see. The numbers are in, and they are tremendous. According to NHL PR, Saturday's epic matchup between Canada and the United States garnered 10.1 million viewers across North America, up 203% from the Canada versus US game at the 2016 World Cup of Hockey, and topping any non-Stanley Cup final game since 2014. Just a little jab at the Rangers fan base. 2014 Stanley Cup final, what happened? Oh, that's right. The LA Kings beat the Rangers, and Lundqvist doesn't have a Stanley Cup under his belt. But you know what? The Devils lost to the Kings in 2012, so I guess I'm not really in a position to talk trash, but digressing a little bit. Words can't describe how fortunate and blessed I am to be here. The dream is to be in this building, and I am living my dream each and every day. But enough with the sappy sentiments. Let's get into these media availabilities. Let's start with Devils star Jack Hughes. A lot of people have been saying that they've been disappointed in Jack's overall game in this tournament, and I talked to Jim Beeringer of Full Press Hockey about the matter, and here's what we concluded after our conversation. It's best of the best in the NHL under one roof. So this isn't the Devils where Jack is the star player. He's the number one go-to option. I've spoken to players like Auston Matthews, Sidney Crosby about Jack Hughes and how much potential he has in this league. And basically those two players and every other player that I've spoken to, they've said nothing but good things about Jack's game, saying that he's a superstar in this league. But obviously, when you're not really the go-to option, you're not really going to generate the numbers that you're accustomed to. But honestly, Jack hasn't been as bad as people are spewing. Jack's focusing more on defense, and this is something that's been talked about all throughout the season. Jack's been utilized more in penalty killing situations, as confirmed by head coach Sheldon Keefe. I think Jack, for what he's being given, I think he's making the most of it. I would love to see a Jack Hughes hat trick, but in this tournament, this style play, I don't think it's going to happen. But Jack hasn't been as bad as advertised, and that's what me and Jim concluded when we were discussing the matter. But let's talk about something else regarding a Hughes. Breaking news. Ooh, that rhymed a little bit. As I am recording this episode, it's been confirmed that Quinn, the older brother of Jack, is not medically clear to join Team USA for the championship game. I talked about it in the previous episode. Charlie McAvoy was admitted to the hospital. He's dealing with an infection from a shoulder injury. He's been ruled out for the championship game. And rumors were circulating that Quinn was going to join the roster. But I even said it in the prior episode that the league would have to approve it. And in this circumstance, they didn't approve it because he wasn't medically cleared to play. But anyway, let's shift the focus over to Jack. Me and the rest of the media had the chance to speak with him post-practice about how he's feeling in this tournament, the mindset, all that. And he even talked about his older brother, Quinn, and that circumstance. Here's what he had to say. Take a listen. Jack, you're the last Devil standing in this tournament. How you feeling?
Feel good. Excited for tomorrow.
Have you talked to Quinn in the last 24 hours?
Yeah, just been texting him. So I know it's like a interesting situation. So we'll see what happens.
What you gather is it his decision to make that?
What do you mean?
To come here or not to come here?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, as far as like, is he the one who makes the call whether he's going to fly back out here or not?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just playing. Like, I honestly have no idea.
What do you think the game tomorrow will be like with the last game against Canada in mind?
Yeah, it'll be crazy. Probably the same energy, same physicality, same speed. Probably just a little bit more. And I know they're excited to get us again, and we're looking forward to playing them again.
Jack, how big would it be for the U.S. to defeat Canada in this and just establish the United States as up-and-coming hockey talent?
Yeah, I mean, we already beat them once, so we beat them again. We had a great showing here, so we're excited for tomorrow, and it's a big opportunity for us. Good.
Bill Guerin said he'd love to see President Trump in the stands. What's your view on that?
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool to see the president come, so we'll see what happens.
Whether he plays or not, what would it mean to have Quinn here for this experience?
It'd be fun, yeah. Like, obviously, he was on the team and a big part of the team, and even if he comes and he can't play, that'll give everyone a big boost that, just he supports us and, he's willing to come all this way to come just sit and be an extra if there's no injury or nothing. So for him to come, that'd mean a lot for our group, and I know guys would be pumped about that.
Has he been following closely? I know he's got to be taking care of his own business back home.
Quinn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he's been watching every game, so I know he's definitely frustrated. He wishes he could be a part of this, and a lot of great players that were injured and couldn't play, a couple of them. So he's one of them, and we're missing him big time. But I know he was really looking forward to this, and coming down the road here at the Olympics and World Cup of Hockey coming up. I know he'll be really excited for those events.
A lot of people have been saying like this is like a game 7 to them, and some have gone far to say like this is the biggest game of their careers. You've participated in a game 7 before. Do you see any similarities as to what's at stake, and how can you apply it to this game?
Yeah, it's definitely a huge game and should be a lot of fun. So I think we know what to expect, and we're excited for it.
If you listen back to that soundbite, even Jack seemed a little perplexed about Quinn's situation. I think it's one of two things. Either he did know but didn't want to be the one to break the news about Quinn's absence or not being medically cleared to play, or he genuinely did not know, which I don't think is the most likely scenario. But usually in interviews, Jack is quick, and if he doesn't want to answer a question, he's really good at just not answering it, saying a lot but nothing at the same time, if that makes sense. All right, we're going to hear from Connor McDavid and Auston Matthews momentarily, but before we continue, let me tell you guys about FanDuel, because I want to see you guys make some extra money. When the game tips off, the NBA action is just getting started, and there's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel America's #1 sports book. With FanDuel, you can place live bets throughout the game. So even if you miss the opening tip-off or want to bet on a fourth quarter comeback, you can stay in the action. And if you're looking for a bigger payout, you can even combine your live bets into a same game parlay. Right now, new FanDuel customers can get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Just visit FanDuel.com to join today. That's FanDuel.com for your shot at $150 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook betting partner of the NBA. Please remember to always gamble responsibly. Okay, next on the docket is Connor McDavid. Now, a little bit of a backstory. As my avid fans know, I kind of have a history with Connor McDavid. When the Oilers visited the Devils in December 2023, I asked him a question that I don't regret asking. However, even I can admit that I didn't land it the best way I could. So I had it in the right direction. Unfortunately, just crashed at the very last second. But it caught whirlwind on social media for the first couple days. It was hectic, but I was determined at this tournament to sort of redeem myself. I think everybody has forgotten my McDavid fiasco and moved on. But personally, I just wanted to say, look, let me just try to make this right and ask him a better question. And I did redeem myself. This time, one of the answers to my questions he provided was featured on a few news outlets, including Spittin' Chicklets and the big one, TSN, for good reasons this time around. Here's what the great 97 had to say to me and the rest of the media.
It's a big part of the game. Forechecking the puck back is big. Don't think we found a way to generate enough on Saturday. They played stingy. They had guys above at all times. They got great D-men. I don't think we found a way to generate enough, as I said. So, maybe getting it in and getting on the forecheck and winning some battles back and trying to tilt the rink will help.
You waited almost a decade to have the best on best and to represent your country. What's it mean for tomorrow night to be on this stage and to have that opportunity?
Yeah, really excited about it, obviously. It's a great opportunity for our group to make our country proud. I'm just excited about it. As lots been said about 10 years of no best on best, but ultimately just excited to play tomorrow. Play in a great building, hostile environment. Excited about it.
Apart from the hockey, Connor, is there a national pride element for what else is happening off the ice for you guys in terms of making the country proud, not just winning, but it's a tough time between the two countries?
Political question there. I'm not going to get into that stuff. I'm excited to play hockey. I'm excited to play in a big game. On the biggest stage right now, with a group that has come together really, really quickly. It's been fun to be a part of. The group is really fun. It's a lively group. We're having a lot of fun.
You competed in a decent amount of Game 7s before. Sydney said the mindset is to treat it like a Game 7. Do you see any similarities between this being a Game 7, just like the adrenaline, what goes into it, the atmosphere, all of that?
Yeah, I do see the similarities. Obviously, we just played in the Game 7 on Monday. That was a winner go home situation, and we found a way to get it done. So, I think the group, having already been in a situation like that, will be better for it for tomorrow night.
What about Braden's skill set? You think meshes nicely with you? You've had different looks and different line mates over the years. What's the fit there?
He's a great skater, first and foremost. He flies around the ice. Really, really smart player, too. He's a great player. Stoney, too. Stoney is as smart a player as I've seen out there. A big man who wins battles, goes to the net. Great along the wall. Two fun line mates to play with.
What have you seen from Crosby in these moments you've been in, like talking about really important wins and that sort of thing, from a leadership standpoint? What are your observations about the way he goes about his business?
He's really professional, obviously, but he's just calm in these situations. He's got a very calming presence about him. As you know, lots been said. You know, he's played in all these big games, Olympic gold medals, Game Sevens, Cup final, whatever it is. He's played there and been there and done that, and been successful in doing that. So, you know, a guy like that, you can learn a lot from.
Connor, what do you remember of the feeling of Game 7? We all know that you came really close, but is there where you can explain the emotion that was going through your mind after losing that Game 7 in Florida?
Why this question?
Can it be sort of a revenge, though, to have the chance of winning something big on a big stage?
Yeah, obviously extremely disappointed to lose that game. You know, that's the biggest stage in hockey, I feel. No matter, you know, Olympic gold medal, this game tomorrow, whatever it is, I feel like Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals is as big a game as you're ever going to play in your whole life. So good to be able to draw on that experience, obviously. Haven't just been there, you know, only a couple of months ago. Playing in big games is something that I love to do. Everyone loves to do. And tomorrow's a big game.
As a visitor, you've been in hostile environments ever since you were in minor hockey. Have you learned to kind of embrace that?
Yeah, I'm excited about it. You know, our group is a room full of leaders, of veteran guys that have played in hostile environments, played in big games in hostile environments. So I'm not sure it's going to have too big of an impact. That being said, it's our job to you know, kind of settle the building down. You know, make it yeah. Anyway, but it'll be a fun environment for sure.
So much offense on both sides, yeah. Fairly defensive matchup in nature. Do you think there's a chance that can go the other way? Maybe it gets blown open a bit, or do you expect it to be similar?
I would highly doubt that. I would highly doubt that. But you know, so often you see two teams with so much offensive, you know, star power on either side, and it usually is a defensive battle. You know, we've seen that through, you know, whether we're playing Colorado, whatever it is, it's usually how it goes. So there's a lot of respect there on both sides, I would say, for how the game could go. And neither team wants to open it up, I would say. So I would expect it to be a tight checking, you know, low scoring affair. Yeah. I think everybody loves offense. I think everyone would love that, but ultimately that's not how we feel like we're going to be successful. I don't think that's how they feel they're going to be successful either. Not a lot of teams go in thinking, you know, we should win this one 6-5. So we definitely don't have that mindset. Yeah.
Connor, given what you just said, how big is the first goal? You guys got the first goal on Saturday night. Obviously, the result didn't go the way you wanted. How big is it to get the first goal in a potentially tight game?
In big games, it's always important. The first goal is always important in any game, but especially big games. You know, kind of settles your team down. But as Saturday showed, it's not everything. You know, you can score the first one and still lose. So we're prepared for anything. We want to get off to a great start. Starts have been an extra strength of our group, so I would expect the same tomorrow.
The tournament has been a big success, and I know this is in preparation for next year's Winter Olympics. Is this something you would like to see the NHL bring back in the future at some point, maybe in replacement of an All-Star game?
I'd love to see all countries represented. You know, and you know, it's great that it's best on best, and it's, you know, 4 nations and stuff like that. It's been really exciting, but there's some great players sitting at home, and if we want it to be the biggest stage in the world, then you need everybody involved. You know, so I think the league announced something about a World Cup. That's really exciting. I'm not sure you could do this every single year. You know, it's been pretty taxing, obviously, to see you guys going down, getting hurt. But it goes to show that you know, how much guys care about playing for their country, how much pride they play with, you know, while they're wearing the jersey. So I think with the Olympics and the offset of the World Cup, I think we'll get enough.
I do agree with McDavid. There's a lot of talented NHL players that are sitting at home because they can't represent their country in the 4 Nations tournament. And they deserve to be here. And I'm glad that he talked about the World Cup, the Olympics, and he is right. You can't really do the 4 Nations every single year. Otherwise, it will lose its charm. But it's something that I'm personally open to bringing back. I think it's been a big success. It's opened so many doors. A lot of people who probably weren't interested in hockey are now interested in it and are going to watch this championship game, and thus you have a new fan base. But anyway, we're going to hear from Team USA captain Auston Matthews and his health as well. But before we continue, let me tell you guys about Select Quote. In sports, having a winning strategy is everything. It's how the best teams make it to the Super Bowl, the World Series, the Four Nations, and Olympics. The same goes for life. Having a strategy like life insurance from Select Quote can protect your financial legacy and keep your family's future secure. Select Quote makes it easy to find the perfect life insurance policy. As one of America's leading insurance brokers with nearly 40 years of experience, they've helped over 2 million customers find $700 billion in coverage since 1985. What sets Select Quote apart is their personal touch. Unlike other brokers that offer one-size-fits-all policies, their licensed agents tailor coverage to fit your unique needs. And if you're in good health, you might even qualify for same-day coverage for up to $5 million. No medical exam required, and it's more affordable than you think. You can get up to $1 million in coverage for as little as $20 a month. Get the right life insurance for you for less at selectquote.com/lockedonnhl. Go to selectquote.com/lockedonnhl today to get started. That's selectquote.com/lockedonnhl. Select Quote, they shop, you save. Finally, let's hear from USA captain Auston Matthews. He did not play in the previous game, and I asked him about it during the press conference. Here's what the captain had to say to me and the rest of the media.
I think we're just focused on playing a hockey game, obviously a big one. So, all the stuff going on outside of it, I don't really have too much to say about it or any comment on it. I think my main focus and our team's main focus is obviously on tomorrow night's game.
Do you need to ask the atmosphere in this particular rink and during a playoff game, and what do you expect?
Yeah, it's one of the best in the league. So, Saturday night playing Canada in Montreal, another great atmosphere. Being the in enemy territory, obviously, a different feel to it, but it'll be kind of nice to have the home crowd support and in this building. I mean, this building gets rocking as well, so it'll be a lot of fun.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling a lot better. I think just woke up Monday and just a lot of discomfort. Skating didn't feel very good, and so just made a decision with the staff to hold me out for that game and just focus on feeling better. So definitely been making a lot of progress.
Also, what does this game mean to USA hockey and just the growth of the sport? There's so many eyes on it that wouldn't normally be on an NHL game.
Yeah, I think it means a lot. It means a lot to everybody. The guys in this room, I think kids out there that are watching in America. I think just the steps that USA Hockey's taken over the last 10, 15 years. You see the products of guys in the NHL now. I think it just speaks volumes to the development program, to just more reach in areas that maybe you wouldn't expect hockey to be growing as much in, and it's been great to see. So I know this game means a lot.
There's a lot of skill on comparing this sort of atmosphere to a Game 7, treating it like a Game 7. You've played in a Game 7, in a few Game 7s before. How would you relate the similarities in terms of the atmosphere, the adrenaline, and all that?
Well, I think it'll be very, very similar. I mean, it is a Game 7. It's a winner-take-all situation here, and you know what's at stake. So, the intensity, the passion, the detail that we have to play with tomorrow, and I know the guys will be ready to go.
They had to dump the puck in quite a bit against you the last game. Have you guys done something right if McDavid or McKinnon are having to dump the puck in?
You'd hope so. Obviously, the amount of skill and speed that those guys can carry, the better off. I think you want them to dump the puck as much as possible instead of carrying it in with the skill set that they both have. So, they got a lot of guys that are fast, that play with a lot of pace, and obviously those two are two of the top in the league. So, just making sure that you're above them as much as possible and keeping them in front of you, and like you said, forcing them to dump the puck so they're not able to control the zone on an entry and make plays like they can.
Any friendly wagers between you and Mitch for this one?
No.
You've had some disappointments here. Can you imagine what it'd be like to lift a championship trophy in Boston?
Yeah, I mean it'd be great. I think you kind of put all that stuff aside coming into this tournament, this situation, and I mean what's in the past is in the past. There's nothing that you can change, but obviously we've had a lot of battles in this building, and like I said before, it's going to be nice to be on the other side of that and get the home support, and the atmosphere is going to be great, and so I mean these are the games that you dream of. So
what was the last conversation with Mitch? Did you say?
I don't know. Probably getting off the plane when we got here.
Auston, Brandon Hagel had some interesting things to say yesterday, almost as if the fights between the first game were orchestrated or were playing for the cameras by the Kachucks. What do you have to? Did you hear that? Any response to that?
I didn't hear that. Yeah, I don't have anything to say. So.
Do you think we'll see a similar start to the game?
I don't know. I mean, I know it's gonna be a physical, passionate match. So I don't know. What the crystal ball's got in store, but just for us, we gotta be ready to go from the start.
Do you think it'll be similar in terms of how defensive it is? Like, there's a lot of offense on both sides, but fundamentally it was pretty defensive. Is there any chance this gets blown open a bit, or?
I mean, I don't know. I think you want to be in that tight game. You don't want to let them get their offense going, especially with the caliber of players that they have. But I think we're confident in who we have over here as well. But you hear it all the time, and I think defense wins championships. You have to defend hard and check, especially against their best players. And I think we've done a good job of that so far through the tournament. And it's one more game here tomorrow, and we got to make sure that we're good.
This tournament has generated a lot of viewership. Is this something you would like to see the NHL bring back in the future, and how do you think this is going to help grow the sport of hockey?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think they already kind of implemented some plans after, obviously the Olympics and then World Cup to follow after 2 years. But I think it's been great. I think the feedback from the players and everything has been awesome. This has been a great opportunity. To wear the USA sweater again, it's been awesome. It's a huge honor. So I think the impact that this tournament's had has been huge, and I think it just speaks to the level of play that is in the NHL now.
Auston, what's it been like for you?
I haven't. No, I don't know what the situation is with that. But I mean, if he's able to play, if he's able to come over here, he'd obviously be a big boost for us. I mean, losing Charlie, he's plays a big role there on the back end for us. So,
what's it been like for you to wear the C now that we're near the end of this event? To wear the C for Team USA and the day-to-day and how we try to impart your influence in that room.
Yeah, like I said before, I mean it's a huge honor. It's a special honor. We've got a lot of leaders in this room, so it's just special. This group's been awesome. I think we came together early. Seemed like everybody it meshed really well, and the chemistry just continues to grow. So, every guy in this room obviously cares, and they care about playing for their country and how much pride and honor goes into wearing the USA sweater. So, it's been an honor to be a part of it.
The stage has been set. Some of the best talent from Canada and the United States going mano-a-mano one last time in this tournament. Game 1, huge blockbuster success. And I am looking forward to the finale. I am so pumped right now. It's definitely going to be one for the ages. And quite honestly, can I controversially say this might go down as one of the greatest hockey games in recent memory? I don't even think that's a hot take for me to say that. This game is going to live up to so many expectations. I can feel it. I'm excited. Will Team Canada redeem themselves, or will Team USA continue to establish dominance? Leave a comment down below if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on podcast streaming service, hit me up on my personal X Page app at TreyMatt4 or the show's X Page app at Locked On Devils. As for today's episode, that's all the time I have for you. Thanks for listening. Continue to stay safe. Have a wonderful day in New Jersey. Go Devils. I'll catch you guys next episode. Thanks for listening. Once again, Trey Matthews signing out from TD Garden.